How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the video. Today we are talking about the 5 best modifications you can do to your G35 or 350Z or I guess FX35 Skyline 350 GT if you're watching this from a different country. Basically, this is a revised list because I made this video maybe about 2 years ago, and since doing more modifications and adding more stuff, my list has changed and what I think is the best thing you can do. So, number 1, we will start with polyurethane or solid bushings. And this goes for all the suspension bushings and the engine mounts, transmission mounts, differential mounts, subframe mounts. All those bushings on our cars are just rubber. And over the years, and with high mileage, those wear out, they crack, they leak, everything. Especially for suspension, that's why you see a lot of people that have issues with uneven wear on their tires, is because they can't hold an alignment because their bushings are blown out. So you definitely want to get some poly or solid bushings for your suspension. It'll just overall clean everything up. You'll hold an alignment, your tires will last longer, your handling will drastically improve, everything will be more precise, more on point of where you want to go. Nothing's going to be loose moving around. Overall, just better handling and better performance out of that. Then as far as the engine mounts, transmission mounts, differential mounts, you want poly or solid bushings for those because you don't want drivetrain slop. Our cars already, well, all cars in general lose a lot of horsepower from the engine to the rear wheels. That's why the manufacturer's crank horsepower is a lot different than what your car actually makes to the wheels. So if your engine mounts, transmission mounts, or differential mounts, if they're busted, that stuff's moving, and that's just wasted energy. That's wasted horsepower going down. You want everything to stay stiff, stay solid, stay where it's at. You don't want slop. So, especially with, I put solid bushings in my differential. Even though my stock bushings weren't blown, there wasn't any liquid, they weren't cracked. Just switching to solid, guys, in my differential mount, it just feels, it actually feels pretty awesome. It's hard to explain. It's like, it just feels more together. Like the rear end is solid, nothing's moving. It just feels together. So that's definitely keeping the engine stiff, keeping the transmission stiff, differential stiff. You won't have any slop, and in turn, you'll have more horsepower that gets put down to the wheels. You won't have anything lost in any slop or movement. So that's why I definitely recommend polyurethane or solid bushings. Number 2, this is specifically for the G35 coupes and the sedans, and I think maybe the all-wheel drive sedans, but a one-piece aluminum drive shaft. As you know, the G35s, they come with a big, heavy 2-piece drive shaft. I think it weighs like 32 pounds, and it has a bushing or a bearing type thing in the middle that connects the two. It helps with vibrations, to knock down vibrations, because overall this is more of a luxury car. But it's heavy. That's rotational mass. So that's your engine having to work harder to spin that heavy drive shaft in order to transfer all that power to the rear wheels. So, one-piece aluminum drive shaft, when I installed it, guys, the acceleration was awesome. The car felt so much quicker. RPMs climbed the RPM band way faster than what they did, and overall just feels more torquey, feels a lot quicker. So, and I think the one-piece aluminum drive shaft that I have weighs, I've heard, around 15 to 17 pounds. So, with how light that is, again, rotational mass, that's the engine working a lot less to have to spin that in order to transfer that power to the wheels. So, definitely one-piece aluminum drive shaft. Highly recommend for us G35 owners. Number 3, we're gonna carry this over from the last video, oil catch can or a PCV delete. All cars since the 60s have the PCV systems routed back to the intake because of environmental reasons and environmental stuff. However, over the years, you will get oil gunk, oil buildup in the intake plenum, and overall, getting those oil vapors back through the combustion of your engine and everything, it's just not good. Over time, you know, you lose gas mileage, you'll definitely lose performance because, you know, those oil vapors are getting mixed in with the air and the fuel. So definitely just get a catch can or PCV delete, get rid of it, and you know, you're just helping your engine really in the long run. Not really helping the environment, but you know, oh well. So number 4, a new differential. Now, for the 03 to 07 G35s or the 03 to 08 350Zs, we either got a 3.3 differential if you were an automatic, or if you were a manual, a 3.5 differential. Now my car, my G35 being an automatic in 06, I got a 3.3 differential, but I swapped in a 3.69 differential from a 08 G35 sedan. Now, I think these G35 getting a differential swap is probably the best thing you can do. Having that shorter gearing is just, it feels amazing right away. No tuning required. Going to the 3.69 in mine, better acceleration, better torquey feeling. Car feels a lot quicker. Yes, when you go into higher gearing, you do lower your top speed, but I can't remember the last time I even took this car to the top speed. I really don't do that anymore. I'm more about, you know, that instant torque feeling, the acceleration. So I went to a 3.69 diff. Best upgrade, guys. It's amazing. Now, if you have a 3.5 differential, you might want to go to a 3.9 or a 4.08. Those are pretty popular for the manuals. Autos, 3.69 is pretty popular for us. I don't know why. That's just what the internet says. But overall, guys, going from that 3.69 gearing, that's tied with my aluminum drive shaft as my most favorite mod I did. And it was cheap too. The differential only cost me 200 bucks. You can install it yourself. I had a shop do it and it cost me another 400 bucks, which kind of sucked. But overall though, my most favorite thing I did to this car, like I said, no tuning required, instant feeling, feels better. And while you're doing that, you might as well put in, you know, the different bushings. So it's kind of a win-win. So highly recommend getting a differential with better gearing. And number 5, I would have to, again, from the last video, between coilovers and sway bars, if you want a little better feeling. Definitely if your car is older, higher mileage, if you're still on the OEM suspension, it's probably blown out by now. So get yourself a good set of coilovers or a good set of springs and struts or shocks, and your performance will drastically improve, you know, handling wise, and sway bars especially if you want a little more tighter feeling handling in the corners. Sway bars, from what I've read, I haven't done them yet, but from what I've read, it's the best thing people have done suspension wise. It's the best, probably bang for buck. You know, feeling wise, it's right away you feel it. Huge improvement overall. And I believe I carried that over from the last video too. I think I just said that, but definitely suspension, and lower the car, give it a better stance, a better look, and of course lowering the center of gravity. You know, get the benefits from that as well. So those are my top 5 best modifications you can do to your car. Let me know in the comments if you guys have anything different, what you think is better and or maybe something I missed. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that list. I'm pretty happy with my car where it's at right now. I have no complaints, so overall good stuff. So I will see you guys in the next one. Deuces.
Didn't even get to bronze.